Hello everyone, this is Mr. Hardie. I want to take this opportunity to record a video to let you know that although we're still under lockdown, although we're still not back at school, all of our staff very much are thinking about you, and there's an awful lot of things happening in the background. For example, I know our pupil support team are doing a fantastic job contacting home to check in on you guys. Our teachers are doing a great job making sure there's a steady flow of work uploaded to Teams so you can stay engaged in your learning. And there's an awful lot of things happening in the background in respect of getting you ready for the next stage of your education. And by that I mean your option choices from second year into third year and from third year into fourth year. And that's really going to be the focus of this short video that I'm going to record today. The headline message I want to give all of you is that the overwhelming majority of you have got all of your subject choices for third year and all of your subject choices for fourth year. We have been able to accommodate most young people's choices of subjects and levels moving into third year and into fourth year. As a general rule, and I'll come back to this, as a general rule, if you or your parents have not heard from me in the last couple of weeks, you should assume that you have got all of your first choice subjects moving into third year and moving into fourth year. Now, I have had to have conversations with young people and their parents and carers about subject choices. What I would do normally, if a young person was in school and we were in school as normal, what I would do is I would have a conversation with a young person about their subject choices. As part of that conversation, I would also speak to pupil support, I would speak to classroom teachers, and I would involve your parents and carers in that. Now, we're not in those normal circumstances, so if I have to have a conversation with a young person about changing their subjects, I've phoned home and I've emailed home if I can't get a parent on the phone. The majority of parents I've been able to get on the phone. There's a small number of parents I haven't been able to reach by telephone or by email, and please be assured it isn't for want of trying. And I do recognise that people's work patterns are up and down, they're different from what we normally are in, so I do understand it is difficult to get a hold of people at a time that suit both myself and suit the parents who I'm trying to contact. Normally I wouldn't change a young person's options without reference to the young person and to their parents or carers, but in a small number of situations that's been unavoidable. But I have been trying to contact parents, and I will continue to try if we have to have a conversation about change of subjects. So let's go through the subjects where we've had to make those decisions. The first situation when a subject doesn't run is if too few people have picked a subject and we have to make a decision of whether or not we can offer that course. There's only one instance of that going into the new third year. Wider achievement in column G had a very low uptake, so with regret we've had to make a decision that we're not going to offer that to young people next year. So I've managed to contact most of the young people who'd made that subject choice and advise them what their alternatives are. Going into fourth year, there are two subjects which aren't going to run, and that's history in column F and administration in column E, again because of low uptakes. And in both those cases, I've managed to speak to all or most of the young people and their parents about those choices. A different type of situation is where we have too many people have picked a subject for us to offer all of them places. Now there's all sorts of limits on the number of places we can offer in a subject. There's the numbers of staff we have available, there's the number of rooms we have available, and there's national guidance on the maximum that you can have in, for example, a science class, a home economics class, and so on. I've managed to have conversations with young people, guidance staff, classroom teachers, heads of department, where that situation has occurred. And most of those conversations have now been concluded. So to repeat what I said earlier, if you haven't heard from me about your son or daughter's subject choice, you should assume that they've got in. But there are a number of subjects where we were oversubscribed, and I've had to go back through those lists and identify who perhaps should make a different choice. The criteria that we use for recommending someone make a different choice, we look at things like engagement. If a young person doesn't engage in a subject, we think it's reasonable to go back to them and say, perhaps you should choose a different subject that you seem to enjoy more. We do look, particularly as we move into the senior phase in fourth year, we do look at What's the best outcome for that young person? We want to maximise your attainment. We want to make sure that you get the best results that you can. And sometimes we have to say to you, your classroom teacher, your results are suggesting you'd be better off in a different subject. And that's factored into discussions as well. The one subject where conversations are still ongoing is in respect of hospitality. For hospitality in third year and hospitality in fourth year, we have more young people still who've picked it than we have spaces available. And at the present moment, we only have one member of staff in home economics, and class sizes are limited to 20. And that member of staff also has to deliver first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth and sixth year home economics. So it's not as simple as simply being able to create a brand new class where demand exceeds availability. So those conversations have been ongoing. I do want to reassure you that the process is very thorough, it's very detailed, it's trying to be as fair as possible, and we have involved the guidance teachers to get as much background information and the classroom teachers to get information about attainment, effort, progress, etc. So what happens next? Well, next week I'm aiming to get all the timetables out to young people. Obviously that's a huge task. There's about 770 pupils in the school, fewer than that once we remove first year, but that's an awful lot of printing and it's an awful lot of timetables to issue to young people. So we'll work in a way to get timetables to you as quickly as possible. The timetable is scheduled to change over on Monday the 1st of June, and unless you've heard from me, please assume that your son or daughter is continuing with the subjects that it picked moving into third year or into fourth year. But we'll get those timetables to you as quickly as I can. What I would say to you is that once your son or daughter has the timetable, look at it closely. If there are subjects there that your son or daughter hasn't picked, please get in touch with us. My email address is on the school app. It's fraser.hardie@eastayrshire.org.uk. That's fraser.hardie@eastayrshire.org.uk. So please get in touch if you think your son or daughter has been placed in a subject that they haven't picked. There will be a few changes to happen. We do listen to young people, we do listen to parents and carers, we want to have those conversations, so please don't hesitate to get in touch if there's a change that you think we should be looking at. So that gives you an overview of the options process. It's been a busy time, it's been different, it's been a bit slower than it would normally be had we been doing this in school, but that's just the nature of availability, of being able to have access to information, being able to have time to get in contact with yourselves and your parents and carers. But as always, we do try to be as thorough, as transparent as possible. So your timetables will be coming out in the next couple of days. I don't want to put an exact date in that because it's a huge job and I want to make sure you get them in good time and that they're accurate. But when you get those, please check over them and please be in touch with us if you think there's anything that you want us to look at again. We will listen, we do welcome those dialogues. So that's all I'm going to say today. I'm recording this on a Friday afternoon. I hope you have had a good week. I hope you have a nice weekend, and you can contact me or the guidance teachers anytime at all to talk about your options or anything else that's on your mind. Take care.